Master Lock sells over $800 million in products every single year, and all it takes to crack one open is one of these. Destroy! Or maybe even one of these. You got picked. I want to find out if instead of spending $10 on this piece of junk, if I could just print one out for 50 cents and keep my stuff just as safe. Pretty well known that Master Lock is just terrible. The lockpicking lawyer's been doing videos exposing how bad they are for years. And you know, your average person either doesn't know too much about lock security or just doesn't really care that much. But these things are like super simple on the inside and probably made with pretty cheap materials. So there's like tons of ways to destroy them. I mean, I spent like $15 on these bolt cutters. And they don't cut through there like butter, but they cut through there. But despite all that, look at all these sales they're making on Amazon every month. I mean, people are buying them up like hotcakes. And I was one of those sales, but mostly just to test it out. But you can't even make this up. This is how it was delivered. Look, the key's still in there, and the lock came unlocked. That's crazy. And they say this is security level 8, and I think it only has 4 pins. There's only 4 pins in this lock, and it tells you the key code, 2600, so the last 2 pins are the same. This must be easy to pick. This is why I'm coming for you, Master Lock. Stuff like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have a ton of options, and they're probably some out there that are better than this. But look, the truth is, if someone wants what you have locked up, they're gonna find a way to get around it. And I'm just talking these shackle style locks. They also have these combination locks that are also super easy to break into. But I'm not giving these suckers any more of my money, all right? So I'm not gonna buy. Say, boss, here's that combination Master Lock you ordered. I stand corrected. And people are cracking these things open all day on the internet. So since these locks are this bad, how would a 3D printed lock stand up to it, and how does the price compare? I mean, if you're paying $10 for this and you get 5 seconds of safety out of it, or you're paying 25 cents for a 3D printed lock, which one would you choose? And I've been looking around, there's some pretty good models out here. Like this fully printed lock right here by JPlum25. Look, it's got everything you can need. It's got a little shackle, it's got the lock body, it's got the keyway, it's got the springs, the pins, the key. Everything. And by my calculations, this takes about 3 hours to print 71 grams of filament. That's just gonna be like, well, it depends how much your filament costs, but it's gonna be like a couple bucks at most, even for like a really good filament. And there's no way it's gonna be able to stand up to these, but I mean, for the price difference, I think I would rather just go with a cheaper one that I can just print out anytime I want. And who knows, maybe someone can actually figure out how to 3D print a lock that's even better than one of these. And it's time to get started on that, but it just wouldn't feel right if I left him like this. You know, he was a pretty good lock, all things considered, so I'll be right back. It was a good lock. Well, actually it wasn't. I guess that's kind of the whole point. But yeah, nice weather. I proceeded to print out all the parts for the lock, and it really did come together pretty quickly. I got a bit carried away and printed all kinds of colors, but that's okay because since this model is pretty accurate to a real lock, we can see how they go together. You start with the pins and the pin tumbler. The pins go in the correct order so that when you put the key in later, everything lines up and it can turn. Then you got the tumbler, which goes into the lock barrel. You'll put the driver pins and springs on top of that. This keeps tension on everything so the pins go back to where they're supposed to when you take your key out. Then you got your shackle pins that go into your lock body. These are what keep the shackle in place and keep the lock locked. And then when you turn your barrel with the key, these shackle pins move out of the way and then your shackle can come out. So all these locks went together fine, and I printed out this one in PET GF. GF means glass fiber. It's supposed to be stronger. But I guess the GF made it too strong, and now it doesn't really go in too smoothly. But luckily Fanttik wanted to work with me again. This is the F2 Master rotary tool, and I can use it to file down the edges a bit to get things to work how they should. The tool looks super nice and it works really well. I honestly use it all the time for this kind of stuff. Look at all these different attachments. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do what I'm doing and sand down the edges to take some material off, but you can also do some polishing to make things look nice after, some drilling with the drilling attachments, and even a little bit of carving. I tried writing my name again, but it looks like Martha, so just don't call me that like y'all did last time. And now that my shackle is sanded down a bit, it goes into the lock way smoother. And now this works nice, but I made a huge mess with all that filing and sanding. What am I gonna do? Did you say you have a big mess on your hands? Here, use this. Wow, thanks. This is the V8 Apex, and you can use it to clean all kinds of stuff around the house, but especially all the print residue like this. Even though it's small, it's super powerful, and I usually use this hose, but it comes with all kinds of different attachments for all kinds of cleaning needs. It can even turn into a pump or a blower, so it's super versatile. Fanttik has a lot of nice deals going on right now, and you can use my code to get an even bigger discount on their items. I've got everything in the description if you're interested, and thanks to Fanttik for reaching out and working with me again. So I mean, honestly, locks are pretty simple, but also I think they're kind of neat. I also have this transparent lock so you can really see what's going on. When you put your key in there, all the pins go to the shear line. This is called the shear line. And then you could turn it and boom, the lock pops open. So there's our key pins. You see those when you turn. These are the driver pins with the springs on the top. And yeah, all the key's doing is moving those pins where they need to go so you can turn it. And there you can see the shackle moving out of the way. But then the downside of this simplicity is that, you know, you got lock pickers. There are some more expensive locks that try to defeat lock pickers. They almost always fail. Actually, they always fail. I don't think there's any unpickable lock out there. But they've got all kinds of different pins. Well, what you saw in here and what you saw in my lock was just a simple pin. But they've got spool pins, which look like this. And you got serrated pins, and those kind of make it a little bit more difficult to pick, but the good lock pickers out there, they're still gonna be able to do it. Look, the fact is, if you take your front door lock, for example, someone's not gonna be picking it. They're gonna just break a window and get in. So, you know, it's not a huge deal that locks are so easy to pick, but you know, it's just something to be aware of. And there's also other kind of locks. So these are like pin locks, but there's also disc detainer locks. You got your dimple pin locks. You got wafer locks and probably other kinds of locks, but I'm no expert. All I know is the lock-picking lawyer picks those too. I've seen some videos. And then you have vaults, kind of like that one that's getting bigger and bigger for some reason, but I'm not gonna waste $30 buying a vault just to show you how easy it is to destroy it and pick it. I'm sorry you had to see that, but that vault had that many sales on Amazon in the last month, and you saw what can be done to it. There's a lot of problems with vaults, especially cheap ones, and yet people buy them. And another problem with those small ones is, I mean, you can bolt them to the floor, but if they're not bolted to the floor, you know, people are just picking them up and walking right on out of there. And if they are bolted to the floor, then people could probably crack them pretty easily. Kind of like these locks. And as long as we've had locks, we've had lock pickers. You know, there was a time when I was into lock picking. I think probably I got recommended the lock picking lawyer on YouTube, so he's been at it for a while. He's inspired a lot of people. I never really got that good, but I knew enough to be dangerous. I could pick open a few different locks. I couldn't get to like those advanced ones that are actually better than Master Lock. They are more pricey though. But once I started watching it, I was like, whoa, that's pretty easy. So I picked up a set of lock picks, and you know, it's a pretty simple process. You start with this thing, and it's called wow, can you believe that guy? He doesn't even know that he's holding a tension wrench. Yeah, I just put that graphic right on his face. He doesn't deserve the screen time. He can't remember what that is. That's what you put into the keyway to put tension on the lock so you can actually bind some of the pins. Funny anecdote, but Hollywood sometimes forgets to use these. So if you ever see a movie and they don't have one of these and they're just using a pick, they're not really picking the lock. This guy has to remember the next one though. Well, I can't remember what that one's called, but then you have this, and this guy's been out of the lock picking game quite a while. He does have a nice hat though, gotta admit. This is a hook that can press on some of the pins to bind them, and then eventually if you get all the pins that are in the lock, you'll be able to turn it. This last one though is easy. There's no way he doesn't remember what this is. Okay, well I can't remember those, but I definitely remember that this is okay, I stand corrected. So that's a rake. It's one of the other types of picks, and there's all kinds actually. There's a bunch. And they're all just different tools that can be used to bind some of the pins in the lock. Boy, he's lucky that I was here to help you learn about all the different picks and wrenches and everything. You see, lock picking is pretty simple to understand, but it's really hard to master. There's some people out there that are really good at it. Well, that's all for me. Peace. And I'm sorry about that. I thought I remembered more about lock picking than that, but I guess I don't. I guess the important thing to remember is no matter how good of a lock you have, it's gonna be susceptible to being picked. I mean, even that guy that made like the best lock design ever, it got defeated in not that long. The way I understand that it got defeated is basically they put a key blank in there, and then they moved it around, and then eventually where the pins are is gonna rub off on that key blank, and then you'll be able to make a key. See, this key is kind of like your password. You can see this one is higher, we'll call that like position 6. This one's lower, we'll call that position 1. So it's kind of like a 6-digit passcode, depending on how many pins you have. But that gives me an idea. I wonder if I can take one of my locks and print out a key and see if it works. There's no way that's gonna work, right? So I'm gonna try it. So I've got this lock here and this key. Why do I have bad memories of this lock? I can't remember. Well, anyway, this is actually a pretty good lock, and you can see the keyway is kind of complicated. The key, you really want a key with a bunch of different ridges and bumps. If you have a flat key, it's gonna be super easy to pick. So this one's got some, some bumps in there. So that'll make it a bit harder to model. Same with this keyway, but I think I can do it. By the way, I moved into my garage. I can't go back into that room after the last one. But anyway, if you have some good ideas of how I can fill up the room, I got a bunch of empty space in here right now. Just give me some good ideas. And if I pick your idea, hey, I'll let the world know. So like I said, I don't know if this is going to work, but to give it a try, all I need is a picture of the key and the keyway. I can then bring these into my modeling software and trace them out, which really only took a few minutes. After that, I can extrude these to the correct dimensions of the key, combine the two shapes together, and then I can go and print it out. All right, so we're like 30 minutes into this whole ordeal, and I already have a key. The modeling part was pretty easy. This was pretty easy. It only took like 15 minutes to print. I mean, the keyway looks pretty good. The bitting on the key looks pretty accurate. And now I guess I just gotta find my lock and try it out. All right, so obviously the regular key, we just go in there, lock pops right out. Now let's try my key that I printed out in less than 30 minutes. All right, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but it's going in there. Try to turn it. No way, no way. I feel like it shouldn't be that easy. I mean, I'm not even good at this stuff. I mean, it's probably unlikely that someone would have your key and be able to do this, but if they just had a picture of your key, I feel like someone that really wanted to could figure out how to do it and get into your lock that you happen to have. I don't know if this is illegal. I feel like it's probably illegal if you did this to someone else's lock, but this is my lock, so I think I'm covered. But really, it's just to inform you that keep your keys safe. Like I said earlier, it's kind of like your password, so don't go showing off your key on camera like what I'm doing now. Actually, can we cut the cameras? You will forget everything that just happened. You never saw my key. You don't even know how to pick a lock. You don't know that you can 3D print a key, especially not my key on my lock. Also, you will like and subscribe, and also comment if you feel the need. Let me know how you're liking the video. This hypnosis segment is over. Well, I didn't really want to do this to them, but if I'm trying to prove that Master Lock isn't as good as a 3D printed lock, I guess I gotta do it. So first I'm gonna try to pick it, then I'm gonna try to cut it, then I'm gonna just try to smash it with a hammer. So as far as functionality goes, I mean, look how smoothly this turns. You got that coming out. I think it can work. In terms of just trying to pull it apart, I'm a strong guy. It's not coming apart. It has a little bit of wiggle room in there, and I could probably get it apart if I really wanted to, but I'd say it passed the general test. And this is just printed out of PLA silk, which is probably even worse than regular PLA, honestly. And it's holding up. What else can I do? For plastic, that's not too bad. That's a good test. Let me get out the lock picks. I finally remember this is a tension wrench and this is a hook. All right, my tension wrench is not working. So in some ways, that's already better security than Master Lock. I can't even get my tension wrench in there. That's a good sign. Can't pick it if you can't get a tension wrench in there. I'm not gonna say it's unpickable. It's definitely not unpickable, but I don't have the right tension wrench for this, which I feel like you could give a point to the 3D printed lock in that regard. You could probably just jam a screwdriver in here and turn it, honestly. I didn't want to do this to you, Mr. Gold, silky gold lock. Oh, that's that PLA for you. And that infill. I probably could have just printed it with more walls and it wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm destroying the keyway with this, which you can't do that with a Master Lock, if I'm being fair. So maybe score 1 for Master Lock on this one. I mean, you can still destroy them pretty easily, but not like this. This one is a transparent PET G, so maybe it'll have a bit of a better chance. Oh, okay. That was not good. That was way too easy. You lost whatever this was protecting. I'm sorry. Maybe the thief doesn't have a set of lock picks or a screwdriver or bolt cutters. Maybe they just have a hammer. Let's see how it holds up to the hammer. Yeah, that's not half bad. A few hammer hits. This PET GGF. Oh, well. I forgot hammers have 2 sides. I don't think that's gonna work either. I really like these locks. They didn't deserve all this. And I do wonder if, stronger material would hold up better, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's plastic. It's got layer lines. It's not gonna be as strong as metal. Although I am a bit surprised that Master Lock hasn't tried selling us plastic locks yet. I feel like one day they will, honestly. These businesses are sometimes. But if a Master Lock holds up for 5 seconds and these hold up for 2 seconds, but these only cost like $1 to make. I feel like it's a fair trade-off. So maybe Master Lock will live to see another day, but my 3D printed locks aren't too off from them. Sure, they're gonna keep selling millions of dollars worth of locks every year, but maybe one day we'll live in a world where our locks are better than they are now. I think as long as we keep in mind the limitations of locks, especially the ones on the cheaper side, I think we'll all be just fine. Probably shouldn't have locked my bike up with this.